One of the distinctions Holacracy helps us get clear on is that of what is an organization itself, which may sound obvious, and in some cases it is. Look around at some of the companies around us in the world, and okay, they're pretty obviously organizations. But where it gets a lot fuzzier is with a lot of the community-based groups, where I think there's often a mistaken idea that there is an organization there when there isn't. And I think that comes because we fuse the group of people with the organization, or the idea of an organization. We think that just because we have a group of people working together in some way, we have an organization. And Holacracy offers a distinction, or helps us see a distinction, between the human community and an organization. And you can have a human community without having an organization, right? Like your family, perhaps, or I show up and I have a community of colleagues that we all work together in one general field. We're community. We're not an organization. When you have an organization, though, you will also have a community with it. You'll have a community of the humans working together in that organization for its work. But the reverse is not true. So when you have an organization, you will have a community, but not vice versa necessarily. So one of the first things, before you can even begin to practice Holacracy, you need to get clear on, if it's not already obvious, do you really have an organization, or do you just have a community? Because if you're trying to govern a community, Holacracy is not the right tool. It's not a governance system for communities. It's a governance system for an organization. So to see if you have an organization, one of the questions I might ask is, with an organization, there is a boundary, right? Like all life, all cells have a membrane, and it separates an inside from an outside. And an organization has likewise a boundary, and there's something within that it controls, and it's not people, right? Hopefully an organization doesn't control people. That's dominating. We have an organization that has some property. It could be a website it puts out, or some service offerings it offers to the world, or products, or something. There's something it controls for the sake of its purpose. Not for the sake of my purpose or yours, but for the sake of its organizational purpose. Something it controls. And then there's an energetic exchange across that boundary, right? Just like all life, just like every cell. Right? Every cell, boundary, and some kind of input and output, some energetic exchange across the boundary that helps the cell self-sustain itself. With an organization, that might be a product or service it delivers, and a financial stream of energy that it takes in. Or it could be something different, but you will see a clear energetic exchange across a boundary to help it self-maintain its own identity, its own pattern, and something it is controlling or governing or regulating in order to organize around expressing that purpose.